Hello, welcome back to Bayou Brit. On this episode, we are going to be building out and installing our tyre brushes. Of course, it's got loud in here as soon as I go to film. And what we need to do is we need to take a new airline and a new chemical line and run those so that they're paired. Right now, it's a shared airline, but we're going to do a dedicated airline for this function, just so we have a bit more control over it. Now, it's going to be up there in the troughs, obviously. It's going to come down on a 3/8 hose into the bay, at which point it hits this little L bracket attached to the wall. It will have the swivel here, which comes down this foamy hose, nice and transparent, translucent, so you can see through it. See the chemical coming down. Right now I only have 1/4 inch hose, which I think is probably wrong, so I've ordered some 3/8. But if I can do proof of concept today, get up on the roof, plumb it, so that I can get the tire scrub on the roof, that's one step closer to knowing if it's actually going to work or not. And literally the very second that I say let's start, all the sounds stop. Oh, they stopped again. Okay, we're still making money. Woo! So you may have seen the video where I complained about how difficult these troughs were in the winter. Oh, it's so cold, my hands hurt. Well, fun fact, now that it's spring, the metal gets really hot real fast. So what I need to do is I need to measure 15 feet conservatively. It's a 12-foot ceiling and there's a bit of a lateral. Probably realistically it's only gonna be 12 feet, but I'm gonna measure 15 feet from the top of the trough, which is over there, and then freestyle the length of the polytubing all the way down to the end of bay 3. Bay 3 is my test bay right now. So I'm gonna be pretty liberal with the hosing. I've got plenty, so if I leave it a little bit long as a run, just to avoid taking all of the trough covers off for now and exposing the lines to UV, which I don't want to do. I know that I have to come to about here, so we'll stay in line with this bit of insulation there, and I can cover up all the troughs, keep the lines protected. What a lovely day. I love that sign. Now when it comes to hosing, I'm just using some Clean Right polytube, the cheapest stuff you can get. It's about 30 cents a foot. I'd love to use 1/4 inch and then 3/4 inch hoses like Chris Atkins, but because we have so many functions on this pump stand, I worked out that with 4 bays we'd be about $4,000 just in wire braided hoses, which all the other expenses combined we just couldn't do on this one. Maybe when we renovate the next one, that's what we'll do, if we can get in cheaper and we don't have an automatic to renovate. But the renovation of the automatics being the priority. Ideally, once we slow down in the winter, I'll be up here again bitching and moaning about the cold, changing out these lines and doing it right. But for now, this is gonna do. All right, I think we've reached the stage of close enough, that'll do. Now we can cut the lines, back downstairs. I'm gonna put just a little bit more slack on here, just to be sure. Okay, so next we want to try and thread these new lines down into the pump room. This might be one of those easier said than done things. I'll take the cap off here and you'll see just how full this 4 or 6 inch pipe is. Okay. So here's what we're looking at. This is where all the lines come out. See any light down there? Let's give it a try. So having threaded this, I have a feeling I'm just coiling in the pipe itself. Yeah, you can see I'm not making much progress here. All right, time to go get the fish tape. Fish tape. I hate fishing lines. It's actually the thing here that makes me curse the most. Oh, I really hate fish tape. It's a chance I overdid it slightly. Oh no, how has this happened? Okay, so now that it's quiet, let's give this a go. See what we get. Right, that's the slack gone. Hey, look at that! Down it came. Sweet! So now it's just a case of using the foam tire engine cleaner system for bay 3, and yeah, nice and straightforward in the end. So this old system here, I don't know if it's long for this world. In theory, the guts are okay, but just doesn't really perform all that well. And I need it to perform well so people want to come back, you know? Good enough, that'll do engineering, isn't going to work for me on this. It needs to be the best product it can be. So the question I have really is, do you go ahead and pay $70,000 for all new pump stand when most of the high pressure stuff works fine? The pumps need a service, but all in all they're pretty good Cat 310s, albeit they have this little bit of wood here to hold them in place. Or do you keep the high pressure as is and then just replace the low pressure stuff with something like an AirLogic panel? I don't know, tough questions. See, I don't mind paying the extra if the performance is going to be there, but I just don't know if it is. Okay, that's the pump stand side of it done. Okay, so now we're back on the roof, and I can take my manifold here, put my check valves to make sure they're both going in the same direction, which they are, both pointed out, and I can just connect up my air and my chemical. Push connect, easy to do, and then I want to connect tape on this, connect up my hose, and then we'll connect up the brush. Not too worried about this being perfect because this is really proof of concept level. I mean, mostly because this is on the wrong side of the roof, so what does it really matter? And now we'll connect up the brush. That's where I need another hex bushing. So it doesn't need to be perfect. So, alright, in theory, if I run downstairs now and start this feature, I should get chemical and air, and it should squirt out here. There's obviously some issues. The hose has got quite a shimmy to it. Okay, same as before. I've got my 3 lines here which I have numbered because that's a good way to screw things up if you don't number it. And there is the fish line. Let's try this again. Let's start. Check that it's unsnagged. Yeah, we should be good. The whole foam brush boom is here, and we're actually going to reuse these mounts for now and mount the foam brush vertically over here. So this is a setup, nice nylon brush. Pretty heavy duty to hit the tyres with, triggerless gun, it's obviously pass through, and then a 25 foot or a 30 foot curly hose. Gonna just mount this up on the wall and then have the swivel beneath, kind of cut that out, make it a little bit bigger, and then mount it there. Again, none of these ideas are originally ours, they are using the advice from Chris Atkins over at Car Wash Chronicles. Having watched his renovations, this seems like a really good way to do things. And well, I don't know better, so we'll see how it goes. We can always change it out, but we've got some safety specs somewhere and a hammer drill. We should be good to go. In a rare instance of professionalism, I actually got that straight. Woohoo! So here we have it. This is the whole setup. We obviously need to attach the hose to the wall up top. Then it comes down here. And for now, at least, we're going to use the old foam brush mounts. Not sure how well that's going to work, but it's what it is. Now I have to just adjust the boom here so that it falls the other way, and then we're going to vertically mount with a bucket and a little wheel mount here for the foam brush. I'll get you. Okay, some pressure, no leaks. Oh, it only works. I mean, that's without tweaking it at all. Obviously, it needs some tweaking, but well, it's a work in progress, but it doesn't work.
Tire cleaner.
So we're in a little bit of a, ooh, there's a big squirt. We're in a bit of an awkward position because we have 2 bays now with tire brushes and 2 bays that don't have it, and we've used all our time here, so we've got to head home, head back to Nashville. Trying to see if by increasing the chemical I've made this any better, but I'm not sure I have. Obviously it's going to take some time to come from the pump room. No, is that thickening up? We've still got quite a squirt on. Oh baby. That is what I'm looking for. Slight tweaks, but that's awesome. Let's see how it works on the bay where it's still coming through the gun. This is where it could get interesting. I can't wait to stop hearing the lady say, time remaining 1 minute. Here we go. It's fine. It's still a little bit airy, but all in all, I can work with that. That's actually fine. Okay, let's try again. I've turned the air down slightly. And how much time do I have? 1:32, plenty of time.
Tire cleaner.
Okay, air still needs to come down some. Probably a little bit less chemical as well, but okay, we can work with that. These are fit and finish and trim issues. This is awesome. I'm so happy.